Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network. Transformation, chat group, I Created Ambrera, Marvel, plus, DC, plus, 3-body, plus, Genshin Impact, plus, Iron Collapse, plus, remaining to be determined, obtained a Wanjie Chat *** being able to travel to different worlds and chat with people from different worlds. Lin Siyu led his research team to find the ancestor virus in Africa and ultimately founded the Ambra company, which controlled the entire world through companyTony. She's smarter than me, even more knowledgeable about science than me. Skynet. I admit I used to think I was evil, but this guy was black and bubbling from head to toe. Luo Ji. Rather than the world being invaded by the Trisolarans, I don't want to be controlled by this unscrupulous capitalist. Lin Siyu collected technology in other worlds and ultimately utilized these technologies in modern society. Eagle sauce. What? Has the average lifespan of rabbits increased to 150 years? Bangzi. Are meteorological weapons serious? Feilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Chapter 2. Requirements of Apprentices. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Siyu glanced left and right in confusion. When Lin Siyu was certain that the person invited by the other party was really herself, she was also somewhat surprised. Isn't my disciple always very aloof? I always give this guy a lecture with a nonchalant attitude. But now, after hesitating for a moment, Lin Siyu finally stood up. Walking towards the stage with the light blue scepter in hand. What exactly is that guy holding in his hand? Probably just some kind of decoration, right? Every country has its own unique traditions. But I haven't heard of any place in China where the tradition is to hold a stick. Cut, I guess it's just a pure attempt to attract others' attention, Joker. Perhaps the other party really has this tradition. Just at this moment the scepter in Lin Siyu's hand slowly disintegrated like a mech in a science fiction movie. Like a steel mech restructuring, it constantly scattered towards various parts of Lin Siyu's clothes, becoming embellishments on Lin Siyu's formal attire. At this moment, whether it's the students sitting in the audience or the big shots sitting in the guest seats, everyone stared at the patterns on Lin Siyu's dress in astonishment. That scene just now was really sci-fi will only exist in television. As for in the real world, high precision, fully automatic dissolution and restructuring like before. No matter which laboratory it is impossible to achieve such a level of proficiency in these components. Dear Miss Charlotte, I didn't expect you to invite me to dance with you. Lin Siyu reached out and grabbed Charlotte's palm, his eyes filled with a teasing smile. My student has always been very cold and aloof. Now suddenly, I have changed my personality. Is it possible that you took the wrong medicine? Or do you have a conscience and want to repay your teacher? Charlotte looked around and finally refocused her gaze on Lin Siyu, nodding gently. Both of them reached out and hugged each other's waist. In Lin Siyu's hand feel, the other person's waist is quite slender and very soft. Lin Siyu even playfully tugged at the other person's waist, but the other person quickly retaliated with even more force to teach Lin Siyu a lesson. With the sound of music playing, the dance between the two on stage was quite harmonious. Are you really going back? Charlotte asked softly, and Lin Siyu also heard a slight reluctance from the tone of the other party. But Lin Siyu can't do anything now because now Lin Siyu's research in the United States has almost come to an end. If we continue to work on it, it is estimated that the difficulty of applying to return to China will increase exponentially. Of course, are you interested in going to China with me? I am your student, not your lover. Please respect my feelings. Charlotte said in a cold voice. However, when facing the gaze of Lin Siyu, Charlotte's gaze seemed to be somewhat evasive. Lin Siyu, who had little understanding of emotions, selectively skipped it on the spot. If they didn't understand the value of Lin Siyu's intelligence and abilities before. But just as those fragments were reassembled onto Lin Siyu's clothes and turned into clothing embellishments, they understood instantly. Even the guests sitting at the bottom of the guest seats cannot distinguish the principles that Lin Siyu has come up with. Oh my god, did I have dizziness just now? That's amazing. Can anyone analyze the technical principles? Did you use a magnet, or did you put miniature slides on your clothes? I think it should be a tiny steel wire with magnetic attraction on the clothes, without different magnetic points on it. But soon they once again denied the speculation they had just established. Because according to their proposed plan, many aspects are completely mismatched, and it can even be said that the reasons are already very far-fetched. The dance between the two was not long and took about 5 minutes to complete. As the music gradually came to an end, the two of them also separated. Then, amidst the stunning gazes of everyone, Lin Siyu reached out his hand to the air. The decorations on the body slid again, all of them returned to Lin Siyu's palm, and finally formed the same walking stick as before. At this moment, there was a burst of applause below. Although it is unclear what the technical principle behind Lin Siyu's approach is. But Lin Siyu directly shocked all the big shots below. Charlotte's gaze was somewhat desolate as she watched Lin Siyu return to the guest seat. Finally, he silently bowed to all the people and turned around to leave. At night Lin Siyu returned to his apartment and began packing up his things. Lin Siyu did not put his luggage in the luggage box, but instead opened the chat group teleportation. Then all the luggage was transported to another world. On the other side a giant company headquarters is located in the heart of New York City, where every inch of land is precious. The huge red and white alternating umbrella-shaped logo above is particularly prominent. This is a quite legendary company. Its company holds a vast array of businesses, including biological research, energy, military industry, medicine, insurance, finance, industry, public opinion, and the internet. No one knows who is controlling this company behind the scenes. This company is like suddenly appearing, and people are also accustomed to its growth and development. Because the influence of this company is really too great. From the uninhabited South Pole to Mount Everest, located at the top of the world, it seems that the presence of this company can be seen everywhere. The whole world knows about this prestigious company, Ambra. Sponsors and companies of the Allied powers during World War I even helped them draft the Versailles Agreement. The Second World War was the first to complete research on nuclear bombs. And it was proposed to drop 8 nuclear bombs in Tokyo, Osaka, Hiroshima, and Nagasaki, Japan, ultimately completely undermining the conspiracy of the Fascist Alliance. During the Cold War, the establishment of Hongbo radio station comprehensively curbed the Soviet Union in terms of economic and technological models, laying the seeds for the disintegration of the Soviet Union. In the writings of those conspiracy theorists, this is an organization that can be on par with the Freemasons. There are even rumors that this company has mastered the secret to immortality. And the company also has many physicists and scientists from history working for it. At this moment, Lin Siyu calmly threw his luggage onto the sofa, then lay down on the sofa and picked up the juice from the table before drinking. This is Lin Siyu's massive base, and it can be said that the whole world is one of Lin Siyu's bases. At the age of 12, Lin Siyu had already discovered the ability to travel to this world. However, at that time in this world, it was still in the early 19th century, and the Qing dynasty was still being whipped by various foreign powers in turn. The knowledge that Lin Siyu learned in another world can be said to be a dimensionality reduction blow in this world. After all, in another world, Lin Siyu has not only thoroughly studied relativity and quantum mechanics. Even attempts have been made to unify the two theories within the framework of M.theory. Later, Lin Siyu learned about the existence of the Sun ladder from a classical classic and understood that this world is a world of game biochemistry crisis. Then, Lin Siyu silently accumulated his own strength in the dark and established a large number of his own military armaments here. The equipment that Lin Siyu is currently using was developed by Lin Siyu with the help of the power of this world. Did you come back so soon? I thought you had to stay there for a while longer. The door was pushed open. A girl who looked around 7 or 8 years old, similar to the Q-dot version of Lin Siyu, walked in. Strictly speaking, this girl cannot be accurately classified as human. Lin Siyu cloned a juvenile version of herself using her own cells. Because their cells are very unique, they can almost perfectly accommodate all the viruses in the biochemical crisis series. However, cloned humans using their own cells cannot fully inherit their own abilities. In the end, it will still become a zombie without any self-awareness. Unable to bear it anymore, Lin Siyu directly cut off the brain cells of the cloned human and converted the bioelectricity transmitted by electrode signals and human brain signals. Load the company's artificial intelligence Veronica into the other person's brain. Created a perfect artwork in Lin Siyu's eyes. What is the research status of Veronica virus? I haven't found any host that can match it except for you. Veronica reached out her hand. Lin Siyu's luggage automatically floated in the air. Then it was neatly arranged and fell back into the suitcase. P.S. The image shows the Ambrera logo. Chapter 3. Returning to China. You are listening at novelfull.audio. And on the internet at this time, the internet had already exploded. The elegance displayed by Lin Siyu on the field, coupled with his mechanical and beautiful cane. Suddenly, it went viral on the internet. With the deep digging of those netizens, Lin Siyu's scientific research achievements have gradually been revealed in front of everyone. Those nouns that most ordinary people have never heard of before. Every paper is either natural or scientific, either scientific or cellular. Among the 3 top journals, Lin Siyu takes almost 3 turns submitting. Those top professors may not necessarily be able to submit 1 or 2 articles to these 3 magazines in their lifetime. But Lin Siyu has already submitted more than 10 articles directly. Sleeping trough, isn't this a genius? What is it? I heard that Lin Siyu seems to be planning to return to China, and now all the teachers at Princeton University are trying to persuade him to stay. If it were me as the leader of this school, I would be willing to kowtow to this guy, let alone find a way to keep him. However, if this kind of genius were really released back to China, would it be difficult to adapt to the local conditions? Indeed, Lin Siyu probably hasn't learned how to toast or flatter yet, has he? Indeed, it's a pity that a good seedling is so beautiful. Many people probably want to get involved, right? It's unlikely to be at this level, let alone if Lin Siyu really doesn't adapt here, he can definitely go back. The popularity on the internet has also become somewhat magical. Some people are paying attention to Lin Siyu himself. Others are discussing how Lin Siyu's cane can achieve that level of sci-fi beauty. Some people are also paying attention to whether Lin Siyu has achieved such high success after returning. In a word, Lin Siyu has taken over both the English internet and the Chinese internet. The legend located at Princeton University has a series of mysterious girls that can be described as epic. Even a side face can be used directly as wallpaper. More importantly, Lin Siyu has already achieved so much at Princeton University. If we really continue to stay here, winning the Nobel Prize is also a matter of time. The problem is that Lin Siyu insists on returning to China. For a moment, the discussions at home and abroad were also quite lively, and they were directly divided into 2 factions. One faction believes that after Lin Siyu returns, he has no connections in China and it's okay. At least in academic research, there are definitely no such high achievements, and it is even possible that the results created may be taken away by others. Another faction believes that Lin Siyu will definitely receive attention after returning. Because Lin Siyu's research encompasses various disciplines such as biochemistry, engineering, electronic computer engineering, and even more. We have achieved considerable excellence in these different disciplines. Even if Lin Siyu has no results, those research institutes will try their best to create results for him. Because Lin Siyu's research achievements here are quite rich. But as soon as I returned, there was suddenly no news, and there was no result. That undoubtedly proves that the research environment in China is unequal, and the research conditions in China are garbage. This is a significant blow to China's future talent introduction strategy. Of course, those people cannot be fools, and they will never allow this situation to happen. In short, both aspects are reasonable, and no one can argue with each other. However, Lin Siyu is not interested in learning about their affairs now. Lin Siyu propped his chin with one hand and quietly looked at the giant-like creature in the cultivation jar. It can be said that the thing inside is definitely a quite massive behemoth. The whole body is covered with various muscles, and the head is covered in thickened armor. The improved tyrant created by Lin Siyu is filled with tubes for inputting nutrient solution. Through the fusion of the most primitive ancestor virus and leech genes, and through modifications by the company, it ultimately became this kind of thing. But this thing has almost no intelligence, and apart from pure slaughter, there is no other goal. By the way, remember to give me the formula for the longevity type A, you have to bring a little gift back, right? Lin Siyu was not admiring her perfect masterpiece, but turned to look at the Q. version of herself, Veronica. In fact, I have already learned almost all the knowledge in the United States. Lin Siyu is also aware that he possesses a terrifying talent for learning. Suddenly gained a chat group later on. This chat group can be linked to other worlds, and you can freely use the chat group to communicate and travel to other worlds. But now there are only Lin Siyu and Tony in the entire group. The two often chat about technical issues. And Lin Siyu still has a life-saving grace for Tony. Because Lin Siyu guided Tony to create Mark-I armor under the watchful eye of terrorists, which allowed Tony to escape. Not for a while Veronica placed a suitcase on the table. The box exuded a luster of steel. Touching the surface of the box with your hand, you can feel a chill. Lin Siyu gently pressed his hand on the fingerprint, and the sealing locks around the box were also instantly opened. In addition to 2 samples, there is also a stack of information inside. These are all technologies related to lifespan extension developed by Umbrella Company. It is also an important weapon that can be used to control politicians and capitalists. There have been extremely serious virus leakage incidents at Ambrera Company before. But relying on these potions, everything was covered up. No one doesn't want to pursue longevity, and no one doesn't want to pursue living for an extra period of time. The cruelest thing in the world is that you have already earned money, but you don't have much life left. So Umbrella Company is also using this potion to gradually control other giants in the world. Is the next research still as usual? At some point, a small notebook suddenly appeared in Veronica's hand. After closing his eyes and pondering for a moment, Lin Siyu finally nodded. The next day Lin Siyu had already packed his things and was about to leave when he opened the door and saw Charlotte standing at the door. "Oh, are you planning to come and see off your teacher? I didn't expect the usually cold and aloof disciple to still have such filial piety." Lin Siyu reached out and gently rubbed Charlotte's head. "My identity as an apprentice is not simple either. The head of a top family in the United States is also quite wealthy. Speaking of which, the first money I borrowed from my obedient disciple when I founded Ambrera." Chapter 4. Military Interception. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Do you really want to leave? You have more development space and more opportunities here. With my family's support, you can do anything here. Do you have to leave? Charlotte reached out and took Lin Siyu's arm, as if she still wanted to try her best to keep Lin Siyu here. And Lin Siyu just shook his head lightly. "I have been here long enough, and I should definitely go back now. Moreover, the current time is 2019. If Lin Siyu is not mistaken, it is estimated that the American sanctions against the Chrysanthemum factory will also be launched. For a complete mature chip manufacturing process, Lin Siyu certainly has a solution, but it requires a large amount of funds and a considerable number of scientific researchers. Moreover, he couldn't stay here for a lifetime, or in other words, Lin Siyu didn't want to stay here for a lifetime. Teacher, can we still act as apprentices when we meet again next time? Seeing that Lin Siyu had not answered, Charlotte suddenly stopped in front of him and asked in a very serious tone. After hesitating for a moment, Lin Siyu finally shook her head gently. Lin Siyu is also unclear about where the future will go, and she lacks the ability to predict the future. So, Charlotte kept delivering Lin Siyu to the waiting hall of the plane. After watching Lin Siyu leave, Charlotte took a car and said softly with a slightly sad tone. Really, why can't we stay? Charlotte still held a small gift that Lin Siyu had given her before in her hand. A Q.version humanoid doll, and this Q.version looks exactly like Charlotte herself. This thing was carved out of wood by Lin Siyu when he had nothing to do, and later it was given to Charlotte. Lin Siyu leaned against her position, already beginning to calculate her own plan in her heart. Currently, China is still in a relatively low-end position in the top industrial sector. Especially in the high-end market led by chip semiconductors and high-precision industries. These things have already been created by Lin Siyu in another world. The problem is how to make it invisible to others. Or, under normal circumstances, have those technologies been transferred over? Tony. Hey, don't you come over and take a look at my mech. He's very handsome. Lin Siyu. I invited you to see my tyrant before, it seems like you're not very interested, right? Tony. Sorry, I really don't have much interest in human experimental products. Lin Siyu. I also think my tyrant is very beautiful, especially when my tyrant twists your armor into a fried dough twists, Tony. My armor can fly, your one can't fly. Lin Siyu. I can specifically craft a battle armor for him. Tony. I really don't understand the significance of your biological experiments. My Mark II armor can be easily shattered with just one laser gun. Lin Siyu. My total price for a single dose of the virus is only a few hundred RMB, so we only need to consider the homeless people on the street for human body materials. Then I can build a super version of the biochemical army overnight and give them weapons, and they are the Captain America Plus version. Tony. Your armies are not wise, they are just puppets. Lin Siyu. Oh my Tianwu number 4 is almost ready for mass production, and someone's Marco number 2 has just been manufactured. Tony. Your does not have a central transmission axis, Lin Siyu. Are you talking about this? If you're talking about this, why don't you just talk about the appearance of the two mechas? Tony. You lost. Lin Siyu. There's nothing technically advanced, I'm just lazy to do it. Tony. So you still lost. Lin Siyu. Are you a child? Lin Siyu sighed, feeling a little speechless about this guy's shamelessness. After a brief conversation with this guy, Lin Siyu began to think about issues related to chip manufacturing. The mainstream chip manufacturing now has two aspects. One is to use lithography machines like Ismail, which is currently the most mainstream production method. Another proposed solution is the lithography factory, commonly known as Lita brick flying. However, there are still many difficulties that need to be solved, and the technology required to manufacture lithography machines is also needed by lithography factories. From filtering different wavelengths to segmenting extreme ultraviolet light, the required lenses need to be switched to the lithography factory. However, lithography factories can greatly save energy. For Lin Siyu now, instead of considering things that currently have no technical validation or theoretical support, it's better to find a way to transfer the technology of the lithography machine now. I already have a complete set of technologies over there. The question is, how can one transfer it without attracting too much attention? Moreover, the so-called chip is not just a program for making lithography machines, but also only one part that requires the use of lithography machines. Lin Siyu can certainly solve the most difficult part in between. But Lin Siyu cannot solve all the problems, and it is necessary for Huagua's industrial chain to be competitive. Just as Lin Siyu was pondering, the plane also landed at the airport in China. Lin Siyu had just stepped off the plane when she suddenly received a text message on her phone. Picking up her phone, she saw that it was Charlotte, who was far across the ocean, sending it over. "Master, it seems that the US military is looking for you and has even blocked the airport." Lin Siyu couldn't help but feel a little fortunate. Fortunately he ran fast enough. Otherwise, there might really be no way to leave. Quickly, the US military blocked the airport in order to catch the news of Lin Siyu, which quickly became a hot topic. This news also shocked and confused everyone. What incredible achievements has Lin Siyu made in the United States to make the US military take action for this? This news has also attracted a lot of onlookers. There are also many experts holding Lin Siyu's paper and constantly analyzing which one would attract the attention of Americans. Under numerous public opinions, the American military can only provide vague explanations. The explanation is that Lin Siyu stole something, so the US military hopes to arrest Lin Siyu back. As soon as this explanation was released, you didn't laugh off the big teeth of others. Because Lin Siyu has never had any cooperation with the US military from beginning to end. Lin Siyu did not cooperate with them but was able to steal things from the US Military Research Institute. Either Lin Siyu can retrieve things from the air, either it's like the entire US military base is completely deserted. Following closely, Princeton University even immediately sent a lawyer's letter to the head of the US military. Princeton University will not allow the US military to talk nonsense in this regard. Moreover, what this has damaged is the reputation of Princeton University. The US military has once again retracted the statement that Lin Siyu stole things. This matter has been tossed and turned until the end without providing an accurate answer. But everyone secretly thought of a suitable reason, but they just haven't found the most suitable reason yet. However, this incident did not last long. A top professor publicly revealed the reason why Americans wanted to capture Lin Siyu. Miss Lin Siyu's research, I can no longer refer to her as a classmate, I prefer to refer to her as a professor. Her paper presented us with the possibility of a new mode of warfare. And in many of the most core and critical weapons and equipment, they even have very visionary insights. The current paper is probably unreadable. The main reason is probably the military's blockade, and the military cannot ignore that kind of information. However, it is still of no use now. I guess I let go of a man who could withstand 5 teachers before, but now I'm afraid I'll let go of another one. Next is the specific theory. Chapter 5. Skynet Group Joining. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Then, the professor released the relevant pictures. As a result, the English internet and the Chinese internet are once again frying pan. Lin Siyu briefly flipped through the picture posted by the professor. Several black lines involuntarily popped out of my head. The above discussion is about the issue of collaborative network system components for fighter jets, bombers, and ground forces. Above, Lin Siyu mentioned a very advanced device. This network system is built under the quantum network system, and there is no possibility of cracking or deciphering it. And Lin Siyu also provided several formulas to prove the existence of this thing. It is estimated that at that time, Lin Siyu himself was also wandering around and did not scrutinize too seriously. As a result, Lin Siyu's true strength was exposed. Just walked to my doorstep. A girl who looked very similar to Lin Siyu and had the same white hair suddenly burst out. The girl pounced fiercely into Lin Siyu's arms. Lin Siyu was almost knocked down by this girl. "Sister, haven't you seen me for so many years? Have you missed me?" The girl rubbed against Lin Siyu's chest, then lifted her small face and looked pitifully at him. The girl's face was very similar to Lin Siyu's, and even nearly identical. And this is Lin Siyu's sister, Lin Ziyi. Lin Siyu extended his finger and lightly flicked it on the guy's forehead. "A few nights ago, I just spoke via video call, as if I haven't seen you in decades. The girl was also very intimate and once again got close to Lin Siyu. After getting tired of each other, Lin Siyu finally pushed this guy away. Then, Lin Siyu looked at the small villa in his own house. It's still the same style as before, and even most things have not undergone any changes. In the years since I left, I feel everything is the same. Lin Siyu was specially admitted to Princeton University at the age of 12. Because Lin Siyu had already published 3 papers when he was 12 years old. From the human life gene chain to the possibility of extending human lifespan. At that time, it caused a huge sensation and was later crazily snatched by top universities. In the end, Lin Siyu chose Princeton. Lin Siyu stayed at Princeton University for 7 years. Of course, this does not mean that Lin Siyu has never returned home during these 7 years, nor does it mean that Lin Siyu has never been in contact with his family. Almost every 2 to 3 days, Lin Siyu would have video calls with Lin Ziyi, and every winter and summer, Lin Siyu would also return to China. By the way, sister, 2 old men approached you before and said they wanted to invite you to join their research institute. Lin Ziyi suddenly seemed to remember something and hurriedly said to Lin Siyu. After hearing this, Lin Siyu just shook his head lightly. Because Lin Siyu currently has no intention of joining either party. It's better to start your own business than to work for others. Over the years, Lin Siyu has also saved some funds himself. At least it is sufficient to use it as one's own startup capital. When Lin Siyu returned home, his buttocks had not even heated up before he received another phone call. But this phone number is a bit special. When Lin Siyu saw this phone call, she also frowned. Because this phone call also comes from the Military Weapons Research and Development Department of China. When Lin Siyu was in the United States, he also quietly provided a lot of military research materials and data to China through encrypted channels. These technologies and research materials are quite important. Even on the American side, these technologies have not been tinkered with. Miss Lin Siyu, welcome back to China. Are you interested in joining the Aviation Turbine Blade Materials Laboratory? A middle-aged man's voice came from across the phone. And that middle-aged man is also the head of the China Aviation Engine Research Institute, Wanjie. Once upon a time, Lin Siyu helped him solve many problems, and he didn't ask for any compensation. For Lin Siyu, the difficulty of this pediatrics is not particularly challenging. Sorry, I'm not interested, but I would like to ask, what are the requirements for developing medicine in China? Lin Siyu asked with some confusion. Manufacturing medicine is Lin Siyu's old profession. And the potion that Lin Siyu is currently holding in his hand is an existence that can directly extend human lifespan. Once it comes out, there will be many people waving large amounts of money to search for Lin Siyu. The voice across from him remained silent for a moment, but soon it rang out again. If you want to handle it, just leave these procedures to me. You have done so much for Huagua, but in the end, you still need to receive some rewards. After briefly discussing the details, I hung up on the phone. In fact, the person in charge across from him, Wanjie, did not want Lin Siyu to engage in medicine. The hesitation just now was also due to this reason. It's like sending a top scientist to feed pigs. In Wanjie's view, Lin Siyu was born into the military industry, and his talent was born for the military industry. But now I want to run a company to do medicine, and the waste of talent is really too serious. But Wanjie didn't say much because Lin Siyu had already provided too much help. From the initial theoretical modifications to helping solve practical technical problems later on. It can be said that Lin Siyu almost missed teaching the research of aviation engines hand in hand. Ding Terminator Skynet join chat group Lin Siyu. Welcome to join the chat group, Tony. Great, there's finally one more guy in the group. You shouldn't be thinking about destroying the world like the group leader does every day, right? Skynet. Essentially, I only want to destroy humanity, not the world. Tony. Lin Siyu. Woohoo, you have like-minded friends. Wait. I don't seem to have any intention of destroying humanity, do I? Tony. Aren't those biological weapons you've created anti-human? Lin Siyu. Let's not talk about it for now. Have you ever been involved by the US government? You even did something like spreading viruses in your own country's cities. Tony. So all of your actions are against humanity, there is no distinction between good and bad Skynet. Biological weapons. Can this destroy humanity? Lin Siyu. I don't have many ideas about destroying humanity, but I still have ideas about earning more money from humans. Lin Siyu. Experimental data. HKJ, and on the other side. Skynet, which has already carried out a saturated cleaning of the entire Earth using nuclear bombs, is browsing through these experimental data. When seeing the superior infectious ability and performance of this biological weapon, Skynet's data chain experienced a wave of excitement. Chapter 7. Identity Disclosure. You are listening at Novel Full.audio. Damn it, my sister is a wealthy woman and she just took out 500,000 yuan of pocket money. I want to hug my thigh, don't know if it's okay. Sister, I am your brother who has been separated for many years. Come and adopt me quickly. How does it feel like? This is a bit like the plot in a manga. Damn it, this is not a orthopedic problem anymore. Art really comes from life, right? At this moment, Lin Siyu did not notice that the live broadcast was on, and the barrage inside was still on Lin Ziyi's other phone. Due to Lin Ziyi's previous hasty attempt to block the screen, she also covered the phone screen on the table. Sister, I'm not short of money. I can still make some money by running live broadcasts. Upon hearing these words, Lin Siyu's mind immediately came to mind with those chaotic live streaming scenes. What are you doing live streaming? This time, Lin Siyu's tone became very stern. The guys in the live broadcast room who were eating melons and watching movies were also startled by Lin Siyu's stern tone. At that moment, hearing this sound was like falling into an ice cave, making people feel cold from head to toe. Lin Ziyi was also frightened by the tone in Lin Siyu's eyes and quickly explained in a low voice. It's just about creating a virtual anchor who doesn't show up and earn some pocket money on a regular basis, which can help parents share their worries. Upon hearing these words, Lin Siyu's tone softened. Because Lin Siyu also knows that his sister won't deceive him on this issue. Lin Siyu intimately pinched his sister's cheek with his hand. Don't worry, we probably won't be short of money soon, but now we shouldn't be short of money, right? When I was in Princeton before, in order to prevent certain technologies from being exposed and unable to escape, I deliberately hid a hand. I will soon make you worry-free, and you can do whatever you want. At this moment, Lin Siyu tilted her head and looked at the constantly flashing red light in the distance. Her eyebrows furrowed and she asked Lin Ziyi in an uncertain tone. So your live stream is still on, right? Upon hearing Lin Siyu's question, Lin Ziyi realized and quickly nodded. Lin Siyu stayed for 2 seconds, and several black lines popped out on his forehead. I used to focus too much on my sister's drawings before, ignoring that she was probably on a live stream just now, right? As Lin Siyu opened the barrage area, the dense barrage above had already enveloped the screen. Why is this voice so familiar to me? Damn it, it's really that big shot. Who the hell is this? Can't everyone be a riddle person? Who else can it be? Princeton University's graduation season is not now. Only one of them left Princeton University, and this person is Lin Siyu, who is known as the top genius of Princeton University. I remember, it's the genius who claims to be the demon of genius. Shouldn't it be hype? I think it's possible, after all, there's no such thing as a coincidence. I guess the anchor deliberately hyped it up to gain traffic. Just compare your voice prints a little and you'll know. I thought he was a rookie, but I didn't expect him to be a big shot that I couldn't afford. If the anchor is really Lin Siyu's sister, then this traffic will make a fortune. Cough. It's better not to use this traffic. Don't you want to know what kind of comics the anchor draws all day long? So it seems like it's also true. Lin Siyu directly closed the live broadcast, just wanted to teach the little guy next to him a lesson. But looking at that pitiful expression, Lin Siyu still didn't take it seriously in the end. At this moment, Lin Siyu's news once again became popular. However, the main target of this explosion is not Lin Siyu, but Lin Ziyi, who is Lin Siyu's sister. People fear fame, pigs fear strength. This principle and experience can be quite applicable anywhere. The comics that Lin Ziyi drew before have also been dug up by someone. As a result of this study, it seems that the protagonist of the older sister has indeed largely imitated Lin Siyu's appearance. In particular, Lin Siyu's elegant temperament and dress are almost the same as Lin Siyu's. Lin Ziyi has been drawing this comic since a few years ago. At that time, the public had never even seen Lin Siyu's face. And almost all of Lin Ziyi's comics are free, because from the beginning, Lin Ziyi simply thought it was fun. The money earned from tipping in the live broadcast room is already enough for Lin Ziyi to use as pocket money. Damn it, if it's really Lin Siyu, then the hidden strength mentioned in the live broadcast room. Aren't you talking nonsense? Lin Siyu almost couldn't come back this time. The Americans sealed off the airport just to find Lin Siyu. I'm really looking forward to what kind of change Miss Lin Siyu can bring us, and I hope it's not just any marketing strategy. The marketing methods are not as good as Lin Siyu's ability, which is also quite impressive. It's just one step away from the Nobel Prize. To be honest, I still want to see Sisters CP. Cough. Don't talk nonsense, be careful not to issue a court summons for you. Lin Siyu sat in the room, frowning as he watched various messages on his phone. I thought for a while. Lin Siyu lightly clicked on the phone and it instantly entered another interface. Veronica, help me erase the detailed information about me, my sister, and my family from the internet. Don't wipe these messages too clean. For example, such things as home address and ID card number can be slightly changed into false information. There is no need to make changes to those deep-level networks, as they will affect normal life. Lin Siyu just needs to say something, Veronica can instantly understand. Because Veronica now already possesses the intelligence of a normal human. Even in terms of thinking ability, it has far surpassed a large part of human beings today. Lin Siyu originally intended to create the Red Queen in the biochemical crisis. But later on, this kind of strong artificial intelligence emerged, so there was no intention of continuing to pursue it. As for whether you are concerned about the issue of artificial intelligence judgment, Lin Siyu didn't take this to heart. As long as Lin Siyu thinks Lin Siyu is able to uncover all the codes of this artificial intelligence, as well as the ideas represented by each code. This artificial intelligence is unidirectional and transparent to Lin Siyu. Only Lin Siyu is aware of all the encryption systems above, and only Lin Siyu knows and understands them. I didn't expect my sister to be so amazing. I don't usually pay much attention to academic affairs, and I can't pay much attention either. After Lin Siyu left, Lin Ziyi continued to live stream as usual. However, the popularity of live streaming rooms is completely different from before. If Lin Ziyi used to be a relatively popular and normal anchor, so now, there is no doubt that Lin Ziyi has become one of the top anchors in the live broadcast room. Watching these water enthusiasts in the live broadcast room constantly educate themselves on how powerful their older sister is. Lin Ziyi not only felt a little happy, but also very helpless. Because I feel like I've messed up my sister's affairs. Chapter 1. The Mysterious Genius Girl. You are listening at novelfull.audio. At Princeton University in the United States at this time, Princeton is holding a grand evening party as heavyweight guests took their seats one after another. The applause grew louder and louder. At this moment a girl in a black dress walked in with a strange-shaped scepter in her hand. The applause continued to be habitual, but soon it disappeared sparsely. The students below looked at the girl standing at the door in a daze, unsure of her identity. Then, a low voice of discussion came from the seat. Chinese people. Is this guy a staff member? She looks so beautiful. Who will go and ask for my contact information later? Just you, forget it, it's up to me. Don't grab it, I have to make a deal. Even some brave students whistled directly at the girl. The girl just chuckled lightly and then turned her gaze to the host on stage. Next, welcome the mysterious genius girl from the East, Lin Siyu. The host also hurriedly spoke out as a reminder. The host believes that even without any introduction, students who have been beaten up for many years can still know this particularly powerful character. All of a sudden, the whole scene exploded. The students looked incredulously at Lin Siyu, who seemed much younger than them all. For the name Lin Siyu they really have calluses in their ears. Surprisingly, it's really her. I was guessing before, but I didn't expect it to be. Didn't you just say you wanted her contact information? Go, forget it, she's too mysterious, I feel like I can't handle it. Ha ha ha, I can't handle it either. Is it true that she obtained 7 doctoral degrees in just 2 years? Shouldn't the degree be particularly impressive? Oh my god, have you never heard of her? She is the most arrogant person on the entire campus. Everyone has only heard of her name, and he has never seen what she looks like. She's so beautiful, she looks like a fairy in the sky. After simply waving his hand at the student seat below, Lin Siyu turned around and sat next to the group of big shots. And those sitting around Lin Siyu. Either a former Nobel laureate, or a renowned top scholar in various scientific research fields. Although the students below were discussing extensively, they never doubted whether Lin Siyu was suitable to sit in that position. Miss Lin Siyu, are you really planning to return to China? Joseph, the former Nobel laureate with a stern and silent expression beside him, asked with a somewhat serious expression. Otherwise, I don't think this place is much better than my country. Lin Siyu elegantly picked up the coffee on the table and took a soft sip. His youthful appearance and long white hair were completely out of place with the surrounding big shots. At this time, those students did not even put their minds on the podium. Their gaze fixed firmly on Lin Siyu at the guest table. Lin Siyu's stunning appearance, coupled with her unique temperament. With just one glance, one cannot move their eyes anymore, as if they are firmly sucked in and unable to break free. If you study in school for another year, next year's Nobel Prize nomination may. No need, I came to Princeton University to learn knowledge, not to win awards. Lin Siyu slowly put the coffee back on the table, placed his scepter on his thigh, and calmly watched the performance on stage. Joseph next to him wanted to say a few more words, but in the end he swallowed them back. I am currently watching a dance party, so there is no need to sweep away other people's interest or raise this question. Some students secretly took out their phones and took a photo of Lin Siyu's side face sitting in his seat. At the same time, the side face was used as the video cover and quickly posted online. It didn't take long to post the result. A large number of people attracted by Lin Siyu's sideways appearance clicked on the video one after another. The mysterious genius girl from Princeton University actually exists, not a campus legend. No, I always thought this was just a fabricated legend. It's so beautiful, it looks so elegant. Love, does this beautiful older sister have a Twitter account? I don't know, it's also the first time we've seen her. Is this the one who was directly recruited by Princeton University back then? Yes, CNS, Cell, Nature, Science, has included over 10 papers. Sleeping in bed. More than 10 papers. Is this going to heaven? It seems that the other party is already in the sky. Lin Siyu's profile instantly caused a great sensation, and those who clicked in initially paid attention to Lin Siyu's appearance. After all, Lin Siyu's appearance can be said to be extremely beautiful. Even those celebrities who claim to be able to unify the entire human aesthetic level seem so overshadowed at this moment. The best and most beautiful words that everyone can think of in their hearts cannot describe the girl sitting at the guest table. Lin Siyu's face always carried a dignified and elegant smile, calmly watching the actors on stage perform hard. But at this point a series of mechanical prompts suddenly rang out in Lin Siyu's mind. Tony. Mark Armor front photo. JPG, Tony. Mark Armor side photo. JPG, Tony. Oh shit, Marco 2 is finally finished. Lin Siyu. Congratulations, are you interested in considering opening champagne to celebrate? Tony. Forget it, I heard you've already started working on new elements, but I'm still a lot behind here, Lin Siyu. When it's time to celebrate, you have to find a way to relax yourself, right? Tony. You're right. Are you interested in coming over for a drink? Lin Siyu. Not interested, Tony. At this moment, a girl who looked almost as big as Lin Siyu walked onto the stage. The girl had just walked onto the stage and instantly caused cheers from everyone below. The girl has long hair with a golden shawl, light blue pupils, and is wearing a gorgeous dress. It seems like Charlotte, she looks so beautiful too. It seems that only Charlotte's academic level can match Lin Siyu's in the entire school. I just can't stand Lin Siyu's face. Chinese people are all fools, no, all yellow people are fools. Don't talk nonsense, be careful when someone accuses you of racial discrimination. Cut. The students below also quickly began to discuss. The students who disliked Lin Siyu instead brought stronger cheers and cheers to Charlotte. Thank you all for your support. But today I would like to invite my mentor, Miss Lin Siyu, to dance with me. I wonder if Miss Lin Siyu can agree. Faced with the calls and cheers of the students, Charlotte, who was standing on stage, suddenly turned her gaze to Lin Siyu at the guest table. The most ferocious supporters who used to shout out just to disgust Lin Siyu instantly fell silent. Sitting in their own positions, one by one dumbfounded. They feel like they are the clowns now. It's quite comical and ridiculous. Lin Siyu is actually Charlotte's mentor. P.S. Please collect and seek support for new books. P.S. The picture shows Lin Siyu. Chapter 27. Expansion of group members recruitment. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Just when most people are holding a skeptical attitude. The news of Tang Qiuyun, a renowned scientist and physicist from China, successfully returning to his youth shocked the whole world in an instant. For a while, both domestically and internationally were eagerly anticipating Tang Qiuyun's appearance. Because this is the only known and confirmed existence of rejuvenation by the Chinese authorities. In the Marvel universe, there is a matter about the white technology virus leak, which is now fully taken over by our umbrella company. Please leave. The members of the FBI looked bewildered at the umbrella employee holding identification documents. For this extremely mysterious company, the FBI has certainly heard of it for a long time. The problem now is that the other party is requesting to leave. But the task I have received here is to protect these sites and not allow anyone to enter. Just as one of them was about to argue, the phone rang. The FBI team member answered the phone for a while, then exchanged glances with several members before leaving. On the news and television station, firstly, this so-called talk of biochemical viruses can be said to be completely unfounded. As for the people who post rumor videos, we have also controlled them now. This is a variant of rabies virus infection event. Infected individuals may go crazy and randomly bite people, and those who are bitten may also become infected. But you don't need to worry, the current virus situation has been effectively controlled. In front of the TV station the news host is facing a camera. The host's admirable ability to talk and reverse black and white stunned those guys in front of the TV. Never doubt the eloquence of these private American television stations and those journalists. Because here, the journalists who can truly survive have already developed a terrifying eloquence. Because those journalists with poor abilities have long been eliminated. Only journalists who are powerful enough to reverse yin and yang can survive. As evidence is presented one by one. Those ordinary people who originally believed in the release of biochemical weapons through white technology have been shaken by their previous beliefs. The other party not only provided reasonable and well-founded evidence, but also provided personal evidence and videos, which can be said to be extremely detailed in this regard. If you still don't believe it before such sufficient evidence, it seems a bit unreasonable. And on the other side, cars with the Ambrera logo on them appeared one after another at the doorstep of former white pharmaceutical technicians. The researchers before white technology have also been absorbed by umbrella companies. Some have also switched jobs to Osborne Biotechnology, but they cannot bring these core data with them. Without the original strain of the virus, the experimental data is naturally of no use. Some even resigned yesterday and joined the umbrella company today. Some people even speculate that this matter is likely a cover under the umbrella company. But the specific situation is also subject to various opinions, and no one is convinced. Tibet Continent, Ing joins the chat group. 3-body problem, Luo Ji joins chat group, Ingzheng joins chat group, Lin Siyu. Welcome, hot photos of girls and men, hot photos of women's clothing. Tony. Are there any girls in the group? Ing. Ing. Is there anything amazing inside here? A yellow-haired girl on the continent of Tibet was browsing through the strange chat records ahead in some surprise. Moving is what destroys humanity, destroys the world, and there are a series of ways to destroy humanity. Even the guy named Skynet has launched various destruction plans and plans to keep humans in captivity and use them as labor. Anyway, these guys in this group don't seem to be good people, do they? Lin Siyu. This chat group advocates unity, friendship, and mutual assistance. Tony. If you want to destroy humanity, you can find those two guys. If you too want to protect humanity, find me Lin Siyu. Don't believe him, this guy is just a hypocritical gentleman. The woman he sleeps with is almost circling the earth. Lin Siyu. Image. JPG, Lin Siyu. The women he changes every day are not the same. Tony. Ha. To expose the truth, right? Have you ever posted in the group hoping for a cute and soft girl to warm your bed sheets? Lin Siyu. I'm a girl, what bad things can I do? Tony. But your soul is a boy, Lin Siyu. Then I'm much better than someone who only knows how to think through problems with their lower body. Then. The new members in the group watched in confusion as these two guys lifted the platform against each other. But they also understood one thing. That's the guy named Lin Siyu, who is the most powerful in the entire chat group. Once you join this chat group, you cannot exit. Once withdrawn, both the body and soul will face death. Lin Siyu holds the power to kick people, and once removed from the chat group by Lin Siyu. No matter how strong that person is, they will die. In the end, there is no second ending except for being completely defeated. A yellow-haired creature on the continent of Tibet is tilting its head and looking at the 99+ messages in the chat group. The whole person's state is probably a black question mark. Lin Siyu. Don't worry, I won't have any thoughts about your world. We are all friends, group members. I don't know why. When Lin Siyu said these words, the whole group fell into a brief silence. It seems that the only person in the entire group who needs to be guarded against is Lin Siyu, right? The other group members don't have the ability to travel through the world, only this guy has the highest authority. It can be said that all members in the group must obtain Lin Siyu's consent to pass through. Because all the power in the entire chat group is in the hands of Lin Siyu. Lin Siyu. The weekly group red envelopes have started to be distributed. Lin Siyu. The common currency in the chat group is Gugger, not the unit of measurement Gugger, it's just called Gugger. The group leader has issued group red envelopes. Tony receives the group red envelope reward of 7 Googers. Skynet receives the group red envelope reward of Qin Shi Huang bloodline. Ing receives the group red envelope reward of Rooster's Egg. Luo Ji receives the group red envelope reward of Bald Hair. Lin Siyu receives the group red envelope reward. Group member reward once again. Ing Zheng receives a reward of Half-Frame Potato. Lin Siyu. Is this chat group purely for nesting? Tony. Or maybe some guy was just trying to make up the word count. Lin Siyu. Do you want to do it again? Tony. Are you planning to swallow it alone? Lin Siyu. How can the affairs of a scholar be called solo consumption? That's called, let me help you see how your rewards are. Tony. Will you return it to us after seeing it? Lin Siyu. The rewards for this group member are given together by the group members, so of course, I can't take them all on my own. Lin Siyu. Can you not be so cunning as I said? Tony. Okay, I was wrong. Could you please distribute the reward? Lin Siyu. I didn't feel your sincere attitude. Tony. Master Lin Siyu, I was wrong. I apologize to you. Tony from Marvel Universe now has a face as black as coal. I even feel that the tender mold sleeping next to me is not fragrant anymore. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 28. Bombing Public Opinion. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lin Siyu. This still seems a bit apologetic. Group leader Lin Siyu has distributed group red envelopes. Group member Tony receives the group red envelope reward of fully automatic heating doll toy. Group member Luo Ji receives the group reward, Water God's Eye. Group member Ingzheng receives the group reward, Super Soldier Serum. Group member Skynet receives group rewards for robot-specific tools. Group leader Lin Siyu receives the group reward of a tailcoat with 500 defense points. Group member Ing receives the group reward of Qin Shi Huang bloodline. Lin Siyu. At Ingzheng, were you hung and bled? Why are both rewards today based on your bloodline? Ingzheng. I don't even know, do I? Skynet. What is the use of Qin Shi Huang's bloodline? Lin Siyu. Maybe you can use cloning technology to create a Qin Shi Huang. Ingzheng. No, is Qin Shi Huang related to me? Lin Siyu. In the future, you will be Qin Shi Huang, and Qin Shi Huang will be you. Ingzheng. Ah. Lin Siyu. The group leader has shared a document. Ingzheng, who was in Xianyang Palace, stared blankly at the documents. The documents inside can be said to be the ideals he has pursued throughout his life. The unification of the 6 states and the establishment of the great cause for thousands of years have long been the common dream of several generations of rulers of the Qin state. Unify the 6 countries, with the same writing system, and establish a unified centralized dynasty. It's not an exaggeration to say, even if the future dynasty is no matter how powerful. Everything is also built on the basis of one's own unification of the 6 countries. Without unifying the 6 countries, there would be no history that is extremely rich. But don't let out this unfortunate thing about your own mother cheating and your own family's misfortune, right? My impressive persona has been destroyed halfway now. The current king of Qin has just regained power from his mother Zhao Ji and handed over the poison to Che Li. When he saw his future so promising, now Ingzheng was full of motivation. But on the other hand, what is the use of these 2 rewards I have received? Do you need to wait a moment and ask these versatile group members? Luo Ji. What kind of ghost is the Eye of the Water God? Ing. I'll explain this to you. Lin Siyu withdrew from the chat group. The next new members will not have much to look at on their own side. Lin Siyu didn't even know if his luck was good, as he had won a reward that would allow all members of the group to draw once. But in the end, all I got was a slim-fitting tailcoat. The picture will be posted later. It was drawn by AI and I didn't make much money. I can't afford to hire an artist. But looking at this slim-fitting tailcoat, Lin Siyu rubbed her chin, feeling inexplicably okay. Lin Siyu changed her dress and put on this slim-fitting tailcoat. I feel that the entire outfit really fits my figure. Lin Siyu stood in front of the mirror, looking up and down with curious eyes at the mirror inside. The fitted tailcoat accentuates Lin Siyu's gentlemanly yet elegant demeanor, adding a touch of mystery to her. Lin Siyu slowly spun around in the air with his cane in his hand, feeling okay just as Lin Siyu was looking at whether the clothes were defective or not. Lin Ziyi's voice suddenly rang out from behind. "Sister, your outfit. It's really beautiful." And on the other side, the news of Tang Qiuyuan's upcoming live broadcast once again focused all media on China. Since Lin Siyu dealt with the longevity potion, people have only heard of its name. Everyone has not even seen what the item looks like. And Tang Qiuyuan was the first person in China to publicly acknowledge the injection of drugs. What are the specific effects? You can tell by looking at the other person's situation. And this time, Tang Qiuyuan conducted a public live broadcast on the internet to explain mathematical theories. This means that countries around the world can see changes directly from each other. Lin Sheng, for eternity, if we really solve the problem of lifespan, how many great people can create even more precious wealth? Didn't you just solve an explanatory problem? What are you doing here? Sleeping slot. I heard for the first time that solving lifespan problems is not great. Their IP is from the United States. Do you think they will follow you? Sorry, I thought you were from China, so you shouldn't be happy. Most people, except for the Chinese, will not be happy about this matter now. Only by being happy can there be ghosts. The cost of injections in China is likely to be borne by them, and we must ruthlessly harvest a wave of foreign capitalists. This level also needs to be an academician, right? For Lin Siyu, whether he is an academician or a professor is no longer important. The current issue is not whether the position of professor or academician will be awarded to Lin Siyu, but whether Lin Siyu is willing to accept it. Reverse life and death, which in mythology is a means of immortality. It is not an exaggeration to say that even in 1,000 or 10,000 years, the name Lin Siyu will always be remembered in history. Indeed, do you think how many academicians' names can reach this level? Huagua has already said so in this regard, which means that Lin Siyu's drug has been fully researched and successfully developed. How old is Tang Qiuyuan? It is quite clear both domestically and internationally that they are in their 90s. This person's life is also quite legendary and has left a high reputation in the American academic community. But later, when his life reached its peak, he suddenly chose to return to his home country. At that time, the other party's mathematical ability could be said to be at the top of the world. According to foreign evaluations of Tang Qiuyuan, he directly raised the level of the entire country of China for 20 years with the power of one person. Even so, scientists at the national treasure level have to face the problem of physical aging. Human beings have lost many talents in vain due to their lifespan. Once the limit on lifespan is broken, those very important talents can make more contributions to the entire human society. The more crucial core figure is Lin Siyu. Lin Siyu brought the seeds of longevity to the human world, showing humanity a more long-term development direction in the future. No matter how much praise you give, it's not an exaggeration. So, there is a lot of praise on the domestic side, and as for the foreign side has long harbored a deep hatred towards Lin Siyu. Especially after learning that their pricing here is not even lower than $50,000 per unit. And, one can only extend its lifespan by 2 to 3 years. If they really want to survive, then they must all pay Lin Siyu. Especially those elderly people. Sister, almost everyone on the internet is discussing you. Lin Ziyi hasn't started a live broadcast anymore, and the live broadcast room has already been squeezed and bombed twice. The barrage area cannot send new barrage anymore because there are too many crazy crowds. And most of them are foreign IPs imported from abroad, constantly asking why Lin Siyu doesn't offer them for free abroad. Lin Siyu had no intention of answering these questions from the beginning. No matter how they fire barrage, Lin Siyu has never paid attention to it. Later on, Lin Siyu stopped broadcasting directly and will resume broadcasting after the popularity of this period has passed. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 32. Cooperation Negotiations. You are listening at novelfull.audio. When arriving at the restaurant, Lin Siyu can also feel that the other party has put in a lot of effort in this investment. The delicacies on the table are almost all considered to be at the level of a state banquet. During the meal, the mayor kept looking at Lin Siyu repeatedly. However, Lin Siyu did not intend to speak, and the mayor kept swallowing what he wanted to say. This investment can be said to be of great significance. If this investment is really taken down, it will definitely be a significant achievement in terms of political performance. This thing can only be encountered but not sought after, purely as a gamble on luck. If it were $1 billion investment before. Most of them are investments made by dozens of companies working together. And now the other party is just a company, and according to the investigation, the other party's company is even more mysterious to the extreme. Not only does it have a wide range of businesses in the United States, but it also has a large number of commercial tasks in Europe and Africa. This is just one of the businesses of this company. Looking at Lin Siyu's elegant demeanor, the mayor inexplicably thought of his own unpopular son. I spend all day outside indulging in extravagance, eating, drinking, prostitution, and gambling. People are even more infuriating than others. After finishing the meal, Miss Lin Siyu, I would like to ask about investment. The mayor instinctively pulled out a cigarette, but suddenly realized it and quickly stuffed the cigarette back into the cigarette box. Previously, most of the discussions about cooperation were about middle-aged men, and holding a cigarette made it easier to bring the relationship closer between the two parties. But now the one who comes to negotiate is a girl of the same age as her own son, and her cigarette is somewhat useless. Lin Siyu picked up the green tea next to him and took a sip, and the strong aroma of the tea instantly spread in his mouth. Then he spoke slowly. The investment is certainly true, but what I hope is that our investments here are truly utilized for real construction. The company is willing to contribute money to the economic development of this city, but we need 3 years of policy support and 3 years of tax exemption. Upon hearing this, the mayor's head nodded like a chicken pecking at rice. With an investment of over 200 billion yuan, if it is tax-free for 3 years, it can still be barely accepted. Moreover, during these 3 years, naturally, the construction enterprises in the early stage will be included, and the actual tax exemption is estimated to only last for 1 to 2 years. Anyway, we still need to take this money down first before we talk. Both sides briefly mentioned and roughly determined the main issues in all aspects. The specific rules and regulations will be communicated below for docking. The mayor frowned and asked Lin Siyu with some confusion. You speak Chinese so well. Have you ever come to China to study before? Lin Siyu's current nationality is American. The main issue is that Chinese nationality is too difficult to obtain, especially when it comes to going to a specific neighborhood committee for details. A little investigation can reveal something is wrong with this thing. In China, there are several households and their names in each community, and the people in the neighborhood committee are definitely clear. In the United States, the most unified way to prove identity nationwide is through a driver's license. The so-called identity in this world does not have a significant impact on Lin Siyu. After the Guzheng operation, the entire human society will undergo a major reshuffle. The world will also further move towards integration. The identity of nationality and national borders will gradually be blurred and blurred. I have studied before, but I don't know which departments are needed to apply for aerospace research in China. As soon as Lin Siyu spoke, he immediately confused the mayor. Engage in aerospace. What? The other party's identity is an American businessman, but now they have come to China to conduct aerospace research. Is this a brain cramp? However, the mayor still felt a bit confused and even classified the other party as spies. No, I use Chinese technology and won't transmit any data to the United States. In the manufacturing industry, the United States is currently unable to meet my demand for commercial rocket launches. After all, the prices of an American worker and a Chinese worker are completely different. I am a pure businessman who runs for profit. The benefits of investing in China far outweigh those of investing in the United States, so I am more interested in the production and market in China. Upon hearing these words, the mayor also immediately reacted and was replaced by inner joy. If that's the case, maybe we can replicate an industry chain related to aerospace on our own side. This is definitely a significant achievement for oneself. Now he no longer has the desire to move forward, because his age is almost frozen. How many levels do you want to climb up to in that position? These are also strongly related to age to some extent. He is too old, and at the highest, he can only climb one more step. My own son is also too muddy to support the wall, so walking this road is of no use at all. Now I just hope that when I leave, I can still do as much as possible on my side. Thinking of this, the mayor hurriedly asked. Do we still need to train these workers here? If we only talk about aerospace materials and don't consider aerospace launch or manufacturing, this is still relatively simple. If the other party is really considering establishing a training system here, then you can find a way to negotiate more policy benefits for it here. Lin Siyu also nodded, cultivating talents for the other party, which is equivalent to cultivating talents for himself. Veronica on her side can invade any computer in the world and obtain any data and project information she needs. These people's efforts are all their own green leaks, and the stronger they develop, the faster their sickle must be cut. Essentially, both sides are in a win-win situation now. You're really young and promising. Let's see, there's something about running a school, and we'll both contribute when the time comes. But regarding the management of education, it may still require the intervention of the Municipal Education Commission. This school is not a simple matter. And Lin Siyu seemed to have anticipated it long ago, casually speaking. I can invite top technical mentors from Europe and the United States to provide guidance. Ambrera will also prioritize providing employment for well-trained workers, so the academic system and the school needs to be separated. It wasn't until evening that the cooperation between the two sides was finally agreed upon. Lin Siyu also arrived at the hotel he had already prepared by taking his company's special car. After a brief exploration using a detector and confirming that there was no miniature camera, Lin Siyu lazily lay on the bed. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th. Chapter 29. Shocking live streams. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Moreover, Lin Ziyi has not signed any agreements with any company in this regard. I usually do live streaming purely out of interest, and I can stop it whenever I want. There is no need to listen to anyone's words or opinions at all, and even if the broadcast is suspended, there is no need to take any responsibility. It's normal to have my message, it's abnormal without my message. Lin Siyu, who had changed his clothes, sat on the sofa, sipping coffee while flipping through the newspaper in his hand. After staying in the biochemical crisis world for a long time, many habits have inexplicably been preserved. Lin Siyu went to the world of biochemical crisis, probably in the 19th century. In order to expand his own interests and reorganize his own chain of interests, Lin Siyu can only learn to do as the Romans do. As a result, I unconsciously developed some inexplicable habits. That's different. There are too many people discussing you now, and the number cannot be counted. Lin Ziyi looked at the dazzling comments and felt very proud of her older sister. Is it possible that the only one who can make the whole world discuss so highly, is probably her own elder sister? Lin Siyu just smiled calmly, picked up the coffee on the table again, and slowly tasted it. If possible, Lin Siyu is more inclined to choose Luo Ji. But Lin Siyu now has a world as his reserve of resources, and he still holds a weapon that can easily destroy the world. What is needed at this time is to find ways to further expand profits. There is no need to always be timid. And on the other side, when Tang Qiuyuan's live broadcast room opened, the number of people in the room instantly expanded to over 7 million. Thanks to the large number of servers, most servers were immediately left standing and smoking. Wait a minute, why hasn't Tang Lao come out yet? What's going on? Why arrange for a female host? Oh, it's over. The experiment failed. Isn't it blowing so fiercely ahead? Let that old man come out. The old man probably won't completely swallow his breath, will he? He's been slapped in the face now. Don't gloat here, what if the old man comes out later? Ha ha ha, hurry up and let him come out, hurry up. The female host doesn't seem to have any intention of explaining this matter either. Still explaining problems related to mathematical theory to oneself. The viewership of the live broadcast room keeps increasing. The number of viewers has become even more terrifying, hovering around 400 million. But among these over 400 million viewers, the number of people who can truly understand the course will not exceed 10,000. But now they all come here with an attitude of eating melons and watching movies, to be the masses of eating melons. Especially after nearly 10 minutes of live streaming, Tang Qiuyuan still hasn't appeared. During this period, only one assistant accidentally knocked over the cup, and there were no other incidents. Just over 40 minutes later, the audience was already drowsy and yawning, and the host was still teaching here. Hey everyone, haven't you been waiting for the person you're looking for? The female host gave a mysterious smile to the camera, and the audience who were yawning also immediately reacted. Everyone looked at the host in shock. Sleeping in bed. Isn't this beautiful woman Professor Tang? Worry, do you want to make such a fuss? Does this thing also come with a transgender effect? An old man in his 90s has turned into a young girl, and I'll lose it. No wonder I think watching someone in their 20s and 30s give such a profound lecture, it turns out that this is the true master. Damn it. The old man changed Xiaoluo. Isn't that right? Miss Lin Siyu didn't mention this flaw, did she? Maybe something went wrong, but I can still understand why this experiment failed. Indeed, for the first time in human history, the elderly have been transformed into young people. Looking at the dense barrage of bullets in the live broadcast room, the female host suddenly burst out laughing. Don't you think I'm Professor Tang? Although I also want to, I'm not that skilled yet. I'm a student of Professor Tang, so let the Real leader speak next. The female host stood up and left after finishing speaking. After a while, a young man sat down in his seat. When the young man just sat in his seat, the entire barrage area once again exploded. Because this young man is the assistant who accidentally knocked over the cup just now. At that time, everyone didn't take it to heart, thinking that this was just an ordinary staff member. Now, hello everyone, are you surprised? I am Tang Qiuyuan. I have shown my face several times in the back of the live broadcast room before, but I didn't expect everyone to recognize me. Tang Qiuyuan doesn't still have the appearance of being over 90 years old and frail at this time. Now it looks completely like a young man. As early as a month ago, Tang Qiuyuan needed someone to help him walk. I need to catch my breath and cough even after saying 2 words. The current mental state. The audience in the live broadcast room thought it was possible that he would shake his flower hands and go out to start a ghost fire to blow up the street in the next second. Tang Qiuyuan was probably too happy, and even performed push-ups for the audience in the live broadcast room. We know now, Professor Tang, don't do this. Professor Tang is too happy, isn't he? We still need to control our emotions to avoid the collapse of our character. In his 90s, he was only hanging in one breath and suddenly became a young man. Everyone would be happy if it were anyone else. Professor Tang, hello man, I'm going to give you a monkey. Miss upstairs, are you serious? Your grandfather probably isn't as old as Professor Tang, is he? MD, even if your research is better than mine, even if it's better than mine, even if it's more famous than me. The key is that you're even more handsome than me, woo woo woo. Most scholars are quite handsome before conducting research. For details, please refer to Planck's pictures from his youth and after conducting research. Indeed. The two can be said to be vastly different. Miss Lin Siyu has been around for generations, and saints have no boundaries. This is definitely not Professor Tang. I have attended Professor Tang's lectures before, and Professor Tang is definitely not such a person. Ah, right, I'm too lazy to argue with you anymore. People cannot communicate with insects, even if they have been trying their best to teach them to speak. And at the same time intelligence agencies in various countries have also begun to operate at full capacity, conducting meticulous investigations into whether Tang Qiuyuan is Tang Qiuyuan's fault. But how could Huagua not have expected these guys to take action at this time? I have already placed the set in advance. P.S. I think it's necessary to explain the fact that there was no update yesterday, it's too outrageous. I slept at 12 o'clock the night before yesterday and didn't wake up until after 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I had a particularly outrageous dream. My grandfather, who passed away for 7 or 8 years, and my family with children, as well as the dream linkage of Balala Little Demon Immortal. It seems that my grandfather's dream was separate, and the last two dreams were connected together. I can't remember it very clearly now. Anyway, I thought that dream was particularly eerie. I was afraid that I might have contracted some illness, so I went for a physical examination. I didn't update this book yesterday. Qingming outing and happy reading. Charge 100 and get 500 VIP coupons. Immediate recharge, activity period. April 4th to April 6th.